Coming up, a Halloween headache. Residents in one D.C. neighborhood reacting to a disturbance overnight involving teens and the National Guard. How patrols are ramping up tonight. A funding cliff. Money for food stamps has run out. While judges say money set aside to keep the program alive should be used, how long might it last? Virginia votes days away from the Commonwealth electing its first female governor. Who's going to be? The latest polling on pivotal statewide races as the campaigns come to a close.
And it was a beautiful start to the weekend. To start November, will continue into your Sunday. We'll talk about that. That's coming up.
And shopping advice from a social media star. How to cut costs on your next grocery bill. We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. All new tonight, the district is enforcing a juvenile curfew, and the mayor's office says that it applies to all young people under the age of 18. DC police are slated to beef up patrols in Navy Yard tonight. All of this after a large disturbance overnight. This scene played out last night on Halloween, a massive group of teens flooding part of Navy Yard. New video shows National Guard troops and police stepping in to break up the crowd. Video also showing a group of young people near the Navy Yard metro station. And investigators say there were no reports of any violence, though. Officers did have to close M Street and New Jersey Avenue during all of this. Our Dave Lavelle joins us from where all this unfolded. Dave, that curfew was just announced by the mayor, but what is it like there right now?
Well, police have definitely increased their presence here, not just at the Navy Yard metro station, but Yards Park as well, along with assistance from the National Guard and Metro Police. They're hoping to avoid another night of violence that impacted this area. Take a look for yourself. DC police said several hundred juveniles got into fights and disrupted the flow of traffic by the metro station as they gathered in the street. Police had to close several of those nearby streets as teens refused orders to stay on sidewalks. People who were in the area when all of this went down told us authorities had to use pepper balls to break up the crowds.
Honestly, it was crazy. I mean, I felt like people were just having a good time and they just kind of like spiraled into chaos, right? And it's kind of crazy having this National Guard out here.
A DC police sergeant suffered minor injuries after someone knocked him to the ground. Police arrested an 18-year-old Maryland man and 4 juveniles related to the violence. Metro Police also arrested several people, but we have not been told how many. And as you heard at the top of the newscast, just a short time ago, Mayor Muriel Bowser enacted a juvenile curfew that goes into effect tonight starting at 11 o'clock. This is for anyone under the age of 18. The curfew remains in effect until 6 o'clock the following morning, and this is how it's going to be until 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday. We're live in Navy Yard in Southeast. Dave Lavelle, DC News Now.
All right, thanks today for that update there. Turning now to the government shutdown. It is on day 32, and as we near a record for the longest shutdown, there's a major shakeup set to hit households. First, it's health insurance premiums. They're expected to skyrocket. Enrollment for Obamacare-backed plans opened today after Congress failed to pass those tax credits, and that would keep the cost of those plans lower. Today is also the first time in the history of SNAP that benefits will not be distributed. Just yesterday, 2 judges ordered the Trump administration to use contingency funding to keep SNAP running. But the judges gave leeway on whether to fund the program partially or entirely for November. There's also uncertainty how long it will take for money to reach families. 1 in 8 Americans use SNAP benefits to buy groceries, and the program is a major piece of the nation's social safety net.
Now, I'm not sure of the exact time frame, but it may take a couple days just to consider processing. The need is great, and it's growing once you factor in furloughed workers, RFID workers, as well as just the sheer number of people that are still experiencing food insecurity.
DC Hunger Solutions added that 141,000 people in the district rely on SNAP. For now, D.C. says it will use emergency funding to cover SNAP and WIC recipients, and Virginia's governor has declared a state of emergency to help fund SNAP. In Maryland, Governor Wes Moore also declared a state of emergency this week. He made this announcement at a food bank on Thursday. Governor Wes Moore says Maryland is being hit especially hard by the shutdown. He says that's because of thousands who rely on food assistance and 250,000 federal workers who are going without paychecks.
This is heartless. This is cruel. And this is unforgivable. When the federal government says that you are on your own, in the state of Maryland, we say we leave no one behind.
Governor Moore says the state is losing $250 million in federal food assistance funding for November. He also says the state will evaluate the possible need for more emergency funding as the shutdown carries on. We're going to keep you up to speed with all of the latest developments from the government shutdown and developments on the Hill, on air and online. Go to dcnewsnow.com. Just search government shutdown. All right. With Halloween over the hill, we are creeping closer toward Thanksgiving. Some of you might have even started your Christmas music thus far. Scott, you're not in that category, right?
No, but I'm pointing to behind me here. You know what this graphic shows? We lose an hour sleep. That's what's happening tonight, folks. Yeah, there we go. We got sunrise today. It was at 7:35. It's setting now as we speak at 6:07. However, when you wake up tomorrow, sunrise will be at 6:36. And the sunset, this is the worst part about it, is at 5:06 in the evening. Yep, you've heard the drill. Turn your clocks back tonight. I'm not going to go through that with a graphic. Just wanted to show you the time difference there, needless to say, and specifically when the sun does set. Now here we go. Temperatures here in the next 12 hours will be dropping out of the 50s and getting into the 40s. Yes, it'll be a cool night out there across the DMV. How about winds? Well, they've relaxed quite a bit. There are a couple of exceptions right now, like Martinsburg being the one real exception at 23 miles an hour. But everybody else is around 15 miles an hour or less. That's a good drop off of 10 miles an hour since we talked or since it was seen about this afternoon. Now, planning evening tonight, 8 to 9 to 10 o'clock. Temperatures I just showed you will be dropping out of the 50s and getting in towards the 40s under partly cloudy skies. Now, what about the weather headlines here? We've got another chilly night ahead. Still dry on Sunday. We do have a few spot showers overnight tomorrow night going into early Monday. We'll talk about that and show it geographically coming up. And then mainly dry week with seasonable temps too as well. Easy for me to say. All right, so I got all that kind of bundled up, and we'll show it to you with the 7-day forecast coming up. Ben?
Virginia voters are just days away from electing the first female governor, as more critical statewide positions are up for grabs. Today was the last day of early voting. Virginia Public Access Project estimates a record 1.3 million ballots have been cast as of yesterday. In the last statewide election in 2021, less than 1.2 million ballots were cast early. And most cities in counties in northern Virginia following that historic trend. However, Arlington and Fairfax counties, as well as Falls Church, seeing about the same number of early ballots as of 2021. And this afternoon, former President Barack Obama joined Abigail Spanberger, the Democratic nominee for governor, at a rally in Norfolk. She's continuing her final campaign stretch. Former Congresswoman is continuing an 11-day, 40-place bus stop. Winsome Earl Sears, current lieutenant governor and Republican nominee, is hosting rallies with the full Republican ticket, including in Loudoun County today. Comes as a new poll shows that Spanberger is leading in the governor's race, and it's continuing to grow. Roanoke College has this survey and has her ahead by double digits over Earl Sears. In the Attorney General's race, there's been a flip. The Republican incumbent, Jason Miyares, growing his lead. He's now up 8 points. This comes after Democratic nominee Jay Jones was embroiled in that controversy, and his campaign certainly beleaguered by that text message scandal. Virginia Commonwealth University survey last week had Miyares 3 points ahead. Six Flags America in Maryland has run roller coasters and fun for over a quarter of a century. However, tomorrow will be the last day of operation. Six Flags says the 500-acre property is going to be marketed for redevelopment as part of a nationwide restructuring plan. Prince George's County leaders call it a major loss for the community, a place they say it's been a source of jobs and joy. But they say the property in Bowie has struggled to meet economic expectations.
Six Flags operates on about 20% of the entire site, which means we really have not seen the full potential, the full economic potential of that site.
County leaders are now working to make sure what goes in next at the location will support and grow Prince George's County. Plenty of tunes and fun today in D.C. It was the 14th Porch Fest, all unfolding in Adams Morgan. More than 100 bands played across at least 24 stages earlier today. Hundreds of people enjoyed the day along Columbia Road, 18th Street, and the surrounding areas. Organizers handed out wristbands, giving folks discounts to dozens of businesses, too.
Every year it's gotten bigger to now it's the business's biggest day of the year, and we do it twice a year. Obviously, we're a largely food and beverage district, and the past 5 years have been tough for them. And so things like this really help.
Organizers also shared a little bit of money. They're offering a $100 gift card to the Adams Morgan business of your choice if you fill out their online survey.